Pop quiz. What is the highest physical damage magic item that's really good against Necrophos and Windranger? I'm Navetz, representing my esports team, the Sploush Troupe, and this video is brought to you on behalf of Gamers Class. Okay, I kind of cheated here, and it's not my fault, but it is, I believe, but maybe not, a miscategorization in the item guides here. So if we take a look at magical items, we're gonna find the Nullifier inside the magical item list, and I do not believe the Nullifier is a magical item. I think that it should be over here in the weapons category. Now, why is it really good against Windranger, and why is it really good against Necrophos? Let's take a look at what the item does, and we'll take a look at what you need to build into it. So first off, it's built out of a Helm of Iron Will. 925 gold, gives you +5 armor, +5 HP regeneration. This is a really good early game item. Like, I can't stress enough how great this is if you get it within the first 10 minutes of the game on somebody who's going to be building a Nullifier later on. Second off, it's built out of a Sacred Relic, which gives you 60 damage. When you combine the two, it gives you an 80 damage, 8 armor, 6 HP regen item that also has an active called Nullify. Why is Nullify awesome? Because Nullify is a basic dispel. So we read through it. Dispels the target and applies a debuff for 5 seconds. Continuously dispels the target. Anytime the target is attacked, it will be slowed by 80% for 0.5 seconds. So for 5 seconds, it gets slowed every time you attack it, and it's continuously debuffed for 5 seconds. That means that Windranger can't run away from something, and that if if Necrophos tries to use Ghost Shroud to stop taking physical damage, the Nullifier will nullify that. When we have to look at items, we have to look at their pros and cons. So let's weigh some of them on the Nullifier. A huge pro is the Helm of Iron Will in terms of the buildup, if you're gonna get this item early. I think a big con is how much gold a Sacred Relic is to stash up. You have to wait to have 3,800 gold. So if you die, you'll lose your unreliable gold. It's a very hard amount of gold to get, and it's not easy to farm early. There's not a lot of buildup components. It's just like, hey, give me this 3,800 gold item and another 925 gold item. So that's definitely a con. Aside from that, I think that Nullifier is one of the more slept on items in the game right now. It's probably going to start being picked up more when people start building or using Helms of Iron Will earlier in their builds. If they start using them earlier in their builds, we'll see how that goes. I just think that this item has the potential to become a second or third item, with the Helm of Iron Will being picked up early for early game fighting. So let's talk about who would be good with a Nullifier. I think that Nullifier can be very strong with a lot of physical damage, agility based heroes. So if we take a look at what matches that description, I'm gonna go ahead and say heroes like Phantom Lancer, Phantom Assassin, Juggernaut, Faceless Void, Slark, Spectre, maybe Ursa, maybe Troll, probably not Terrorblade, probably not like Anti-Mage, because Anti-Mage is pretty standard on his builds, but even maybe Anti-Mage. These kind of heroes can benefit a lot from an early Helm of Will. They eventually find a way to farm pretty quick in the mid to late game, and then they could finish off that Sacred Relic to complete the Nullifier. And it would be especially good if they're playing against heroes that they need to dispel. Riki's another hero I forgot to put on that melee list of agility-based heroes it's really good with. And now I want to talk about some of the ranged heroes I think Nullifier is also good with. I think Phantom Assassin would be great. I think Clinks, and also Windrunner. So these are heroes that you can use Nullifier on to close distance, attack quickly, continuously get that 0.5 seconds slow, and then just burst somebody down with a super high amount of damage that you have. Throw Weaver into that range list as well. Okay, now who is Nullifier good against? Basically anybody with low amounts of mobility, or anybody who has something that you need to dispel. The heroes that I'm thinking of primarily that you would want to dispel stuff on are Windrangers, Windrun, Necrophos' Ghost Shroud, and Pugna's Decrepify. Those are the three biggest things. So those heroes, if you see them, definitely consider Nullifier. If there's heroes with a lot of physical damage against you that you would be good against if you had a lot of damage against, consider Nullifier. It gives you armor, it gives you HP regen, and it gives you 80 damage. Hopefully that opens you guys up to the Nullifier possibilities on your carry heroes. I would love to hear if that item works out for you guys. I know I'm going to be testing it a lot more. To everybody, I wish you good luck in your future games. I hope you win them all, unless you play against me. One love.